Hey, welcome back. Silverstone Race 2 from the Clubman. So similar intro to the last one. F1 guys tend to use this big outside circuit, whereas for this event we're on the international. That's it just being highlighted there. Okay, so as we said, Clubman Race 2, really lucky to be using the F1 pits. It's absolute quality. But right, let's get stuck into the race. So got away pretty well, Paul Bateman behind, all looking good, but then, as you well know, I can't change gear to save my life, so that was me putting it into 5th gear instead of 3rd, which has let Paul get back in front, which was really not ideal. But okay gap behind at the moment. You'll see from the rear camera that they're certainly on a charge. Here they come. We've got Austin, we've got Matt, we've got Radical Underdogs. They're all coming for me. Austin has a little try down the inside, but I think he realises there wasn't really enough room, so he backs out of it. It's quite a cool view actually looking back at these guys. So nice to be up closer to the front. You know, we're in there almost in the top 10 at the moment, and yeah, they're not pulling into my slipstream, which is quite good. Oh, quick reminder, yeah, please like, subscribe, comment. Any interaction with this video would just make it so much easier for me to keep doing this. Radical Underdogs having a little slide there through Stowe at probably around about, I don't know, 95 miles an hour. Right, so that's me having a little go down the inside of Paul, and I said this in the first video, I didn't really want to be fighting this early on, but I seem to be carrying really good corner entry and mid, to be fair, so sometimes I'd have a little go. There's a good view of Radical Underdogs as we approach turn 1, which is a pretty fast corner now. I think we're talking about 100 mile an hour as we approach this corner. So I just want to highlight something before we go any further. So that top left-hand corner there of the map is where we are, and then on the right-hand side you can see I've just highlighted this little piece of the graph. And what's interesting, from 3 years back to now, I'm carrying 10 miles an hour more speed mid-corner, and that mid-corner speed really, I think, is, if there is one, it's a bit of a secret as to what you need to do to go fast in these Mazdas. That was me making a move down the inside of Paul, and to be honest, I just took the opportunity. It came at such a good time as we managed to slip ahead, which means that the pressure's off from Radical Underdogs. And as we head down the back straight, I'm closer to Tom, which means I can get in his slipstream, but then we go into a safety car. So we're going to have a couple of laps now where we're just cruising around waiting for the issue to be clear. But here we go on the restart. I was close at the restart, changed up to 3rd, bogged down, all kinds of silly mistakes there. I should have been right up the backside of that car in front, but yeah, I kind of messed it up a little bit. But lucky for me, in the rear view camera you can see that Paul Bateman didn't really get a great restart either, so he kind of got away with it. Just saw a little green light on the dash there showing that my delta's positive, that I'm on a pretty good lap. Oh, it's gone red now, but hey, for a moment it was green. Lost a little bit of time there, but similar story to race 1. Seemed to be able to make up the time on corner entry and mid corner. So we've got Tom Greenwood in front, and then we've got James Hill up ahead. Managed to use all the circuit there. You have to be careful you don't go too wide. There's a huge snake going down a hangar straight here, so I was a little bit too far back to really capitalise on that, but here we go into Stowe. Trying to carry as much speed as I can without running too wide. Pretty much using all the exit there, so that was okay. Right, here we go. What a chain of cars in front. You know, you're talking the best, the top 10 drivers in the Mazda Clubman anywhere. Right, we just skipped ahead there. There wasn't much going on. Paul hadn't been catching me, and I wasn't really latching on to the guys in front. But now you can see them starting to battle. They're going 2 wide, 3 wide, and that is exactly what I need, because I don't have the grunt to catch up on the straights. So I'm going to try and use all the circuit and latch on. Okay, looks like it's going to be a bit of fun now. We've got Tom in front. We can see Dell, who just went a little bit wide there. You've got to be really careful, because you'll see him now. I mean, he's almost on the grass. He has to kind of bully his way back into the circuit, which is why we tend to give a little bit of space there, stick slightly to the right. But here we go. I'm the 11th person in this snake, all trying to use each other's slipstream. It was absolutely brilliant to be out racing one of these guys. A little bit of oversteer mid-corner, but we're all right. In these cars, you can have that. You can have that slide, and you think that you're going to slow down, but somehow you don't. Sometimes it's actually quicker to be that rough with them. So I'm taking what I think would be a good line there. It's sort of slightly late cut back in, where you should be able to stay on full power and not have to lift. But to be honest, being under power doesn't really work too well. And you can see, look, the gap's just slightly increasing. But we're going to go fast through turn 1, hopefully even faster through turn 2, and see if we can get back onto these guys again. Okay, so that's Tom and Dill having a little go at each other. This is great for me. The more you see them fighting, the more it means I'm going to be able to hang on to the back of them. Okay, Dill's a little bit offline. Tom brakes earlier than I expected. I'm going to try and stay close to him, same as earlier on. Bit of mid-corner oversteer, but it's okay. It hasn't really cost me. But even so, look, I was so close. I had a good run, and I'm desperately trying to hang on to this slipstream, changing gear as fast as I physically can. I think on this occasion we just hit the rev limiter in 4th, opt not to go up to 5th. Sometimes it makes it easier not having to down change for that corner, but sometimes you've got to go for 5th because you're just going to be on the rev limiter for too long. So I think we've only got a couple of laps to go, so I know that if anything's going to happen, I need to make it happen soon. Looking ahead, I can see at this moment in time, Paul Simard is out in the lead. He's defending a little bit there from Jake Pace, but they seem to be going at it. Then you've got a small gap back there to Jordan, and then there's this kind of big group here that I guess he's from 4th to me, so 4th to 11th. Okay, Sam again, I'm pretty quick through here, really good on the brakes, good mid-corner, which means I'm going to be able to catch him on the exit. Holly and Dill having a little go at each other there, Tom getting pushed out wide, but again, this is all great for me. This just means I've got a chance of hanging on. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know if I got a better exit or they got a bad exit there, but I did seem to get the run. But this is how close I've got to be. I've literally got to be right on his bumper if I want to get the slipstream. Now, I probably should have taken 5th. I hit rev limiter way longer than what I'd normally like to do, but it's only for a brief moment. And by just giving Tom that nudge, that's pushed him ahead of Dell. So, gotta look out for your teammates. And Tom's part of the NHA crew, so glad to see him go through. Dell almost comes across me there, but gives me just enough space. Here's that thing I was saying there, we're kind of slightly later turning, which means I haven't got to get out of the throttle and I'm flat all the way. So I kind of get him a little bit, but then you're going to see that just on power alone that car just starts to get slightly smaller as it pulls away from me. Here we go, turn 1, trying to get back on the power as soon as you can. I probably held it slightly tighter than I needed to, a little bit more curb to be used, but then again it's given me a great run. Looking back at the footage now, I probably should have had a go there. But as I said before, it's really tricky. If I compromise myself, I'm just going to lose too much time, and I don't have the power to get back up to speed quickly. But here we go, really starting to hustle Dell along. I should have ran more wide. I can see that looking at the footage now, but again, I was just worried about him going too wide and then snapping it back across in front of me. So this one, we're going to take 5th. Going to try and see if there's anything left for these last laps for me to get close enough. I feel like it's slipping away now at the moment. I don't really have that top end speed to be able to get there. But we're going to keep trying nonetheless. We know we've got a lot of grip through here. Still a big group of cars holding themselves together there. It's fantastic when you can see almost the guys at the front. Okay, so that's the last lap board. Just as we go into this last lap, people have been asking me, like, what's changed? How have you gone from last time being here in 35th to 40th to being able now to fight closer to the front, to the top 10? And I think my honest answer is that it's a combination of things. But the main thing that stands out to me is that you need to have confidence in the car. When the car's sliding, you've got to shrug it off. If it's sliding too much, you're losing time. If it's not sliding, you're probably going too slow. So having a good diff really helps the cars to kind of slide and drift more, and also just having time in the car, being comfortable, and just calibrating your brain that you can go through a corner so much faster than you think. I know I've still got a way to go. Probably, I think this race it was something like maybe 0.7, 0.8 of a second off the real fast guys at the front. So I've got to just kind of draw into that last second that I need, and I hope that with some engine fixes over the winter that'll help. Engine power is just free time. You just got to keep your foot pinned and watch the car in front get closer. Yeah, that was the last lap. I couldn't do any more. Couldn't really get any closer to Dale, but happy to come away with another 11th position, which felt good. Love the cool down laps. Just that sigh of relief. You can wave at the marshals, and you're always happy when your car comes home in one piece. And this is just a little clip at the end as we go into the pits. We just kind of drive through to the Parc Fermé, and I hope that one day I'll get stopped there when they want to check my car over because I'm in the overall top 3. But for now, I'll settle for where I am, just getting ushered over into the corner, and the family actually come in from the left-hand side at the moment. You probably won't be able to see him because it's kind of behind the number 71. But it was really great to have my wife and two boys there to enjoy it. You can just about see Seb with his Lando hat just coming through there. Absolutely incredible weekend. Really want to thank the team for everything that they've done.